Tsunami Studios.
Wonder Woman 759. I can't believe we're still using these numberings. How are we going to get new readers when there's 759 other books to read? Amazing. I love it. I still love it. I've been looking for the perfect place to jump on to Wonder Woman and find somewhere where I could read this character. I figured we have a new creative team coming on just ahead of the movie, no doubt, because I think the movie's supposed to drop in August, but now it's moved to October. So, yeah, we got a new creative team for Wonder Woman, and I forgot her name again. So, Mariko Tamaki. I'm not very familiar with any of her other work, so I'm not really sure what she's done. I know she's worked on a couple comic books here and there, but I'm not sure what those really are. She's a New York Times bestselling author, so, I mean, yeah, bring her on to do something cool. Fresh new talent to get a new generation of readers onto Wonder Woman. Like myself, I've never really read an ongoing Wonder Woman story, and I really want to. I really want to get into this character. I don't know the good place to start reading Wonder Woman, though. Like, I can't tell you a good jumping on point. I guess the new 52 is as good as any, but is that everyone's favorite version of Wonder Woman? I'm not sure. And then I think Rucka had a good run coming Rebirth. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about this character to really know what's good and what's bad. This issue I thought was very mixed. I mean, there's some stuff in here that I liked, and then there's a lot of stuff in here that I thought this isn't enough or what I want to be reading in a Wonder Woman comic book. And I don't know if I'm the target audience for a Wonder Woman book. I love the character. I respect the hell out of what she represents and what she's done for the genre and the comic book format. But I don't know if I'm the intended audience. Like, I think it's more towards younger women and that up-and-coming generation of women and empowering there. That's more that, but she is a legacy. She has been in comic books for such a long time. I think there's some old readers that still read her. I don't know how the sales are doing on Wonder Woman. I'm not sure. She's not selling like Batman. That's all I know. This story is pretty much, I guess it's kind of just like, I don't know actually. I think it's similar to some stuff you've read before in other Wonder Woman books. She's moving into a new apartment, and I think it's in Washington. I do believe we see that's in Washington. And she meets her new neighbor, who's this girl named Emma. She's kind of upbeat personality. She's really fun and bubbly and interesting, pink hair, all the jazz, and she's like, wow, you're really interesting. Look at all your old antiques and your gifts and stuff. You're really weird. You need, like, furniture, though. So we go furniture shopping, which is what everyone wants in a Wonder Woman book. I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If you're fine with that, that's cool. But I'm just like, I get what you're doing here. We're trying to make it seem like Diana doesn't really understand how to do normal things like, oh, so we take this to the front and we purchase it from the seller. How long has she been on Man's World? Like, it seems like she's been there long enough where she's probably bought something before. So the concept that she doesn't understand it, I don't know if it was supposed to be a joke or not, but it just didn't come across as interesting. And another thing about this book, too, I need to say, the lettering is very weird. And it looks fine. It looks like a normal, like, lettering, and the letter did a good job. But the font they chose, I get they're going for, like ancient Greek, like, mythology, where the letters are kind of, sharp and everything. But it just looks really cheap and uninteresting, and I'm not a big fan of it. Like, everything just comes across as kind of bland, and I'm not liking that part of the book. And that's not a big, like, deterrent, I think, because I don't think a lot of people are going to go into this caring that much about the lettering. But I just think if you guys are jumping onto Wonder Woman, it's something to be a little weary about. Just like the lettering is just very different, and it doesn't look as good as I was hoping. And I think that happens a lot when you try to do, like, different languages in terms of just the lettering in a book. Sometimes it works really well, but sometimes it just looks really cheap and bland and uninteresting. And it looks like that here. It distracted me a lot because I'm like, ooh, this isn't really fun to read. Not that it's hard to read, it just doesn't have the staying power of some other stuff, I guess. I don't like the way it looked. And that's just me personally. If you guys like it, that's cool too. Here's the other big part of this book. We see a woman who is kind of getting mind controlled into driving her car into a big truck with her child in the passenger seat. We got to know who's controlling this lady. Guess who we introduce in this book, because he's going to be appearing in a movie soon alongside the Wonder Woman herself. That's right, Maxwell Lord. Oh, okay. I don't care about... I've never really cared about Maxwell Lord. This character has literally never interested me once. He killed Ted Kord. That's the only time I think he's been relevant. And then Wonder Woman killed him anyways. I don't care. If you're going to put him in a movie, go ahead. That's the only reason he's in this comic book. Like, we probably could have continued whatever arc we were doing or whatever storyline, whichever creator we were doing in Wonder Woman before this issue. But because we have a movie coming out, we want people to know who Maxwell Lord is. Like, the people who are going to see the movie are going to read a comic book. Like, no. You know, it's not like that. You're not going to get new readers coming into Wonder Woman because they're going to be like, hey, that Maxwell Lord's interesting. Let's read a Wonder Woman book with him in it. That's like hardly ever happened. And if it has, it's very small. You don't really get new readers in comics that much, so I just don't know what this story's going to be. There's already some like tension between them. It's like, oh, look at what we're doing here. Max Lord. Oh, I didn't like that part. Maybe the story will get better. I don't know. I hope it does because I could see it being pretty fun and pretty interesting. But I like the swords and sandals, Greek mythology stuff of Wonder Woman. I like that angle. I don't really care for the spy espionage working for the government stuff because she's an Amazon. Why would you like take a race car driver and tell him to ride a bike? You wouldn't, would you? I don't know. Again, Wonder Woman, it's a character I really want to read and find a good place to read, but I don't know where to start. So I picked this up because it's a fresh start, but it's a start that I don't want. It's just a movie tie-in. It's probably going to make Max a good guy again. I really hope not. And I would say this. The writing is good. Like, the story itself, everything seems well. She's talking normal, except for the part where it's like, I don't know how to buy stuff. It's okay. There's a rabbit in here. That's pretty fun. And the artwork, for the most part, is clean. It does get a little off at sometimes. I'm just like, okay, it doesn't look as finished as some of the other work. But hey, that's fine too. It's a solid book, and I think a lot of people should check it out if you want to find a place to jump onto with Wonder Woman. If this is the place for you, I don't know, because I don't think it's the place for me. I'm going to give it a couple more issues. I hope it picks up, and we will probably talk about we'll talk about the first arc of this series on this channel. But Maxwell Lord is here. Wonder Woman 84 coming to theaters October 2020 until it gets pushed back to 2021 because the world's hard. And thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.